Hello, everybody, and welcome to the April 18th edition of Wine is the New Tea. I'm here with two of my favorites, the plainest James and Mr. Sean Davy Way. How y'all doing today?
I'm good. I can't complain. Still excited coming down off the high of seeing Tasha here in Baltimore. You know, we turned up, but yeah, I'm doing good.
I love that. And after we give the rundown of today's show, I definitely want you to give us some recap from being there in person. Sean, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. I cannot complain. Likewise with Miss Jane here. I'm glad to be here. How you ladies doing?
Yeah, so we know we always love your energy when you pull up on the scene. Okay, today we're going to get into some news about Jontay Porter. We got some tea on GloRilla. We're going to recap her recent arrest of the DUI. We got some unfortunate news in lieu of arrest covering NBA YoungBoy. We're going to get into that Wendy Williams, Kevin Hunter tea, and much more coming up. Okay, so first, Jontay Porter. He is a 24-year-old NBA player. He was a power forward and center for the Toronto Raptors, 6'10". This young man has been basically issued a lifetime ban from the NBA for gambling. This is the first time this has happened in 70 years of the NBA's history. So basically, what he did was throw games and like let other bettors know, that he is going to do this and going to that so that he could persuade the game, which I think is totally unacceptable. Sometimes you see people get banned for like selling merch and all of these other things that I don't agree with. But not only are you gambling on the game, but you're throwing the game so that you can take home extra money. And come to find out, he basically didn't, profit anything over $25,000, which what is that when you have a whole NBA contract on the line? Plaintiff James, what are your thoughts about this fiasco?
I think it's really unfortunate. It's greed. The average annual salary of someone in the NBA is $10 million. And he didn't
Mm,
profit much. So he truly threw away his dream, his bread and butter. This is something that actually runs in his family, making it to the NBA. So he was destined for greatness. He's tall as hell. And
mm.
now what's he going to do? Like, where is his life going to go now? It's just really unfortunate with the greed or gambling is a sickness. We know Michael Jordan had them rumors and allegations about, gambling and things of that nature. So it's really
Mhm.
unfortunate. It sucks and it's stupid.
And I'm telling you, it's a lifetime ban, baby. Meaning you not coming back. Sean Davy Way, what do you think about our good boy Jontay Porter trying to hit a lick on the NBA?
I feel like the NBA hits licks on these athletes all the time. Just because you are signing on for a contract and promised a
Mm,
set amount of money over time, it does not mean that you actually get there. A lot of
okay.
these NBA players are dropped like a dime. Like it literally just you look up 1 minute you're playing on the team, and they don't have a lot of loyalty to the players. So you'll come in for practice, and then you're like, oh hey, you got traded, type of situation. How hurtful could that be? So I don't necessarily think it's unfortunate. It just shows that these players really aren't making any money. That
Mm,
this is their dream. And
mm,
imagine living your dream or watching your dream happen in front of you. Not everybody's a Kobe, not everybody's a LeBron,
mm.
not everybody's a Jordan. You're not going to get the attention, the endorsements, the deals that everyone gets. So as unfortunate as it's, what the potential that he has, I get that being wasted. But who's to
Mm.
say if he was ever going to get a chance to show it in the first place? You got to
Yeah,
do what
because
you
his
got to do.
stats were mediocre at
Hmm.
best. Let's be real
Right.
here. But I will acknowledge that he I would say was improving, because he's like averaging a little under 4 points a game with the Toronto Raptors. He was like literally averaging 1.2 points a game with the Memphis Grizzlies. I don't know what's in the water in Memphis, because between these type of antics, and you remember the repeat offenses for John Morant over at the Memphis Grizzlies, but he had the check and he totally was fumbling that. I just don't know, what they got in the water over there. But I'm not gonna say prayers to Jontay Porter, because that was stupid and that was
I
greedy,
don't
and
think
I
it's
don't
the
think twenty
water. I
four
think it's the
thousand
bank.
dollar profit.
It's the bank. For $25,000, it may seem small to you, but that may have been huge to him. People
You're
got
right.
stuff that's happening right now. Bills that's happening right now. And when you get this type of notoriety, your family, friends, people around you, they start to look to you
I
and
was
whatnot.
just
So it's a
about to
lot
say
of
that he
pressure,
probably got
being in the
people leaning
NBA.
on him thinking he making more than he
Yeah,
really
all this
making,
money
and
and
can't
yeah,
tell
it's
him no.
hard. Yeah, it's no easy task. So I don't blame him. I mean, I don't think it's
Yeah.
the water. I think it's the bank.
Jay, any closing thoughts on Jontay Porter getting this lifetime ban?
I just think that in the long run, it just wasn't the smartest move for him. I don't believe
Mhm.
that they can gamble really much within their sport or at all. But when you think about it longevity wise, he would have made more than $25,000 within his career. So he really threw away that job stability over a moment of weakness or to get a quick lick. So in that way, I feel like it was stupid. But I totally understand if he was in a pinch, he felt like he needed to do something, he could have done something else besides something that's in a direct conflict with feeding his family. I don't know if he has kids or
Mhm.
whatever the case is. It just wasn't smart, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, we have to always acknowledge the upward mobility and the trajectory again. He was basically doing stat wise, he's doing was doing twice as well on the Toronto Raptors as he was with the Memphis Grizzlies. So that was indicative that things were going to improve. He was going to get better at the game and probably would have got more money. So, I mean, this is just a very unfortunate thing to say. Well, speaking of the Memphis Grizzlies, Memphis's own GloRilla. No, Glow. Oh my God, my good Judy. She has been arrested for a DUI in Georgia. Gloria Hallelujah Woods. Okay. She was basically taken to jail. Around 4 a.m. on the 16th, apparently. And then the thing is, you know how like when people are talking about you, there are rumors. The first thing the average person wants to do is go to the internet to like debunk the rumors, or at least make it seem like everything's okay. So she makes bail, goes home, and immediately posts a post with a bottle of tequila on her head, which I feel like, even though you made bail, the court date for that still has to come. And I think that's going to work against her. I have more commentary on this, but I want to get it to you first, Sean David Way. What do you think about our good Gloria Hallelujah Woods getting arrested for a DUI right after the release of her smash single with Megan Wannabe?
Um, the police took GloRilla down. So yeah, I feel like Glow our nose does not belong in jail, girl. Okay, when noses like ours, we're not supposed to be in jail. All
I'm
right, but people with
crying.
noses like ours, when I'm a
Why?
girl, well, our nose don't belong in jail. It just does not. So it just shows how depressed she probably really is. Again, going back to the money thing, a lot of these artists are not making any money. What you see is appeal. So a lot of them in their real lives are like really depressed, and whatnot. And social media is the name of the game now. So her going to jail and getting right on social media afterwards makes complete sense to me. I wouldn't expect anything less. Back in the day, we had people that went to jail all the time. The Lindsay Lohans and other people. They went to jail all the time, and we were here for it. And not saying like we want them to go to jail, but it's kind of expected. In the industry, in the entertainment industry, period. Like it don't really matter what you're doing. Jail is usually somewhere, on the list. So yeah, it's unfortunate for her to be dropping not albums, singles as big as working with Megan the Pegasus and I'm a girl. For her to be going to jail right after,
I'm
it just
crying.
shows what's truly going on. Because if look upon perception, what we see, you would think GloRilla got it. She's Poppington, like Sexy Red and all these other people. But honestly, in their actualities, these are depressed people trying to make $1 out of 15 cents.
Yeah, well, why didn't she just Uber or something? You know what?
Because you
I
can't go to
don't know.
jail that way. Ain't no jail and Ubering, girl.
Jane, what do you think about Gloria Hallelujah Woods getting arrested for a DUI?
Hallelujah.
First of all, I cannot what you keep saying, Gloria, hallelujah. But I mean, I get that
You gotta say the full
Yeah.
it's
name.
just crazy. But I think in today's society we have glamorized and glorified some of the worst things. JT is still very much respected and she's got countless mug shots. And I also think that in this day and age, a lot of people are coping and just getting up the next day and smiling and not really unpacking how they feel. To Sean's point, the depression is really rampant and some people are popping pills and some people are smoking and some people are drinking. And I think that when she got out of jail and she posted that photo of the bottle of Taylor Port on top of her head, she's kind of prancing around social media like it's cute. She thinks it's funny. There's a lot of people who will
Immaturity.
not
She's
condemn
immature.
that or say, oh no, girl, do better. She's actually getting brownie points. It's kind of like this version of street cred in a way, because a lot of people don't
Mhm.
respect a rapper or a hip hop artist unless they have a mugshot or unless they've done some street stuff or unless they've been in, gangs, violence, whatever the case is. And I think, especially for
Mhm.
women in rap, a lot of times, a mugshot is a mugshot. Meg got one, JT got one. What woman in the rap game doesn't have a mugshot at
But
this
can I point out, I'm not trying to say like, I'm El Chapo or the biggest, hardest person out here, but I can't help but to notice most of these mugshots be over silly stuff. Like you not gangster for fraud and theft and the what are these charges, girl? You're
They punks.
drunk, you're a thief, you're not. Like what are these? Like one thing that I want to point out about the police report, they felt the need to include that her breast had fallen off. And now, not or fallen out when,
Yeah,
they
falling
were,
out.
yeah, falling out. And first of all, my question is, what titties? Like, what do you mean her boobs was out? She ain't got none, even post augmentation. So that's why I was like, are y'all just trying? Like, I'm calling cap here. Glow ain't got no boobage. Like, what you mean they popped out? Like, why was that even necessary to include, Sean?
She got some mosquito bites. I feel like I feel like, little piece.
I mean,
You
she's
know,
like cute, but it's like,
I
what boobs fell out, officers? Like, knock it the hell off. Okay, so one funny thing that I saw perusing around the internet was Kayla Lillard, which was Damian Lillard's wife. Can we get into Kayla Lillard's post? She said, first of all, this name is hilarious. Free Glow Lillard, hashtag sister wife. Now, the backstory on this is Kayla Lillard is the wife of Damian Lillard. Lillard is an NBA player where when GloRilla ran into him, she posted and wanted to know whose end this is because I want them, right? And before I get into the aftermath, I would like us to play a clip of Club Shay Shay when GloRilla was on there addressing her run in with Damian.
One from the rafters talk about, hey, who in is this right here? I don't even care, cause you can't whip me. So you,
He said, "Will."
that's what you said.
He said, "Will."
I know what you said, but I can't say that. I can't say that, Glo. I mean, but you shot with the most Steph Curry shot. Did it go in?
The half court shot.
Yeah, it go in.
At the end of the day gonna end.
Okay, I will leave it at that.
Mm-hmm.
Cause he said no comment. You said, hey, at the end of the day,
At the end of the day gonna end.
it went in.
So, when a rich nigga wants you, but that's what's given on Damien's part. This man is, I had no, unbeknownst to me, is fully married with a wife. And honestly, it sounds to me like when Glorilla shot her shot, like she said, it went in. And once he was asked about it, he literally said no comment. Now, the shade, Glow Lillard, by the way, that has a ring to it. That's really funny. The shade was very much necessary from a wife, but it was also foolery and she looked crazy. What you mean, hashtag sister wife? It could never be no husband of mine. Jane, what do you think about this foolishness?
I think everybody want a little piece of clout off of this situation, regardless of how asinine it is. From the cops being salacious and talking about, oh, her nipples fell out, because that's all she got is nipples, right? So from that
I'm
to
crying.
her getting online and clowning like it's cute and posting photos with the bottles, to the sister wife want a little bit of clout. Like everybody is just a fool. It's all foolish as hell to
Hell,
me.
you mean
Nothing
sister
about
wife?
this is
Like
funny.
that is
Everybody is
different.
taking L's, in my opinion, and it's just not cute. But hey, bring back shame. That's all I got to say.
Sean Wait, what do you think about Miss Kayla Lillard and her shade, Free Glow Lillard?
At the end of the day gonna end. Whatever that means. Cause she never said that she shot her shot. She never said that it went in. She didn't answer the question.
Yes,
She
she
was very
did.
vague. What did she say? She said at the end of the day gonna end.
Trolling, leaving
And
it
he
up in the
said no
air.
comments.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because that's very vague. That's not saying like yeah, it went in, or when it's not answering the question. She's being
You're one
extremely
of those
vague because
that's
she looks
hearsay
stupid.
people, aren't you?
Well, no, because she looks dumb. At the end of the day, this man is a married man. You
Mm-hmm.
know that now. If you didn't know it then, you know it now. So to still sit here and be vague about a situation, about a marriage, and because that can potentially ruin it, or like you're saying, I could never say sister wife and things like that. I think the wife is just trying to keep it, laughable at this point because she views it as laughable. I don't think she wants to attack her at this point, but I do think she wants to throw a little shade. So I think that that's what she was doing, like the audacity to sit here and come for a wife, because like we're married, that ain't really nothing to play with. But somebody as young as Glow, I guess she feels like it is. So she looks stupid. This man is married. She should have simply said no. That in the story and moved on to the next question. She left it out there for clout. Not everybody else in the situation. I don't feel like the wife did. I don't feel like the basketball player did either. It was Glow. Yeah, Glow. That was her. At the end of the day gonna end.
Oh my God, that is hilarious, Jane. I find it kind of untimely that this happened a week following that very viral JT and GloRilla beef. Now let's keep it in mind, JT is from Miami, down there with them good Haitians, and they'll make you some nice little soup with some chicken feet and make some things work. What do you think about all of this? Is this an L for GloRilla in lieu of the beef with JT? And while we're on that topic, I hated to see them beefing because I love them both. But did you pick a side, Jay?
I didn't pick a side because I felt like it became stupid after a while. Like a lot of this stuff just be childish, especially when you're not going to directly answer questions. I mean, it was cute. It was something to look at, but after y'all go back and forth 3 times, it's like, okay, 87 replies later. Like, what are we talking about? Like, what are we talking about?
They were going back and forth,
It just seems childish. And I wonder if this is all contrived for clout. Do we have photos of the crashed vehicle? Was there anything on the streets? Was just a way to get some different type of promo? And when it comes to the wife, I'm like, why not just put like poor Tink Tink or oh well or look at you instead? Is free her sister wife. Everybody just look a fool to me in this situation. It's dumb. I think everybody's just being extremely young and dumb. And it sucks that you have to do this in order to propel yourself to the forefront to get on, or when you're in the process of getting on. It's just childish to me. Maybe I'm just getting old, and with the 20-year-old something to do, I'm just not. It just don't move me for real.
Yeah. Well, I'm always rooting for GloRilla, and I'll tell you why. I'm best friends with Yo Gotti's child's mother and ex
Oh
fiance.
yes.
She has not just one, but two kids with him. And I will say, the minute he signed GloRilla, she got a new truck, a new Maybach, and we was flying courtside to the Chicago Bulls, back-to-back courtside games. The minute GloRilla got signed. So when GloRilla's doing well, my best friend's doing well, and I reap the benefits. So I am always rooting for you, Glow. Okay. And yes, you heard it here first. Yo Gotti takes very good care of his children's mother, despite what you might think he has going on. Okay, so after the break, we're gonna get into some tea about NBA YoungBoy. We have some, I didn't know I didn't know the people hate JLo so much. Like it's a lot of stuff coming out, and I was in confusion about it. But now I'm starting to see why. It might be valid reasons. And then also we're gonna get into some more Kevin Hunter tea. And when we come back from the break, we're gonna give it straight to Jane so she can give us a recap of Tasha's awesome performance in Baltimore after the break.
Special guest in a wine cellar, Liz Corkin. I'm a news personality,
right?
Comedian, all that stuff. But you are an actual journalist. You were the gossip column that people read every day.
Right. There was a story that a colleague that I have mutual friends with was covering. She had a source that claimed that he was, as a child, at a party with elites by Bill Clinton. She interviewed the victim. Next thing you know, she ends up.
Anything on Chloe's daddy?
We did do stories on that because there's lots of theories on who the dad is. There is one guy we believe to be her father.
I knew it.
So you know who I'm talking about?
I knew it. Yes, she looked just like his ass. You just caused a stir on the internet surrounding Jay-Z.
This is when I was at Star Magazine. My boss said, hey, I want to do this Jay-Z affair mistress story. He's allegedly having an affair with this woman named Kathy White. Can you find her? Can you get a hold of her? And I got a hold of her. She was like, okay, yeah, let me think about doing an interview with you. The next thing I know, she's dead. What do you mean she's dead? Like, what happened?
If you enjoy shows like this and would like to see more with me on stage in your city, well, I'm coming. Tickets on sale right now. Link in the description box as well as the bio. Hurry up now while tickets last, okay?
I'm telling you, every time I see clips from Tasha interviewing this white lady, I am just on the edge of my seat. And I love how y'all always know exactly where to cut the interview off to reel us in. If you want to see more uncensored content like that, please go over to tashaklive.com. Also download that Tasha K Live app. Subscribe. So many exclusive interviews that give you insight on a lot of things. There's so much more than celebrity gossip. You can learn a lot, from health, to religion. She has a full array of content on there. Also, several original content too, kind of in the season of Netflix. It is a full-blown streaming platform and it's expanding. So again, get over to tashaklive.com and check out more like that. April 21st, you can get on over to TashaKOnStage.com. Again, that's TashaKOnStage.com. Different from Tasha K Live. That's where you get the content. Tasha K on Stage is where you get them tickets and them tour dates. Beyonce, who? Okay. She's going to be in the Oakland, San Francisco, Pleasanton area at Tommy T's Comedy Club. This tour is all the rage right now. She is selling out. Her last show literally was a sold out room of 400 people. So if you are on the west side, please get on over to TashaKOnStage.com so you can catch her when she's here, April 21st. Now, speaking of her awesome tour that's sweeping the nation, Plain as Jane, Tasha K just hit Baltimore. Can you tell us more about that?
Baby, Baltimore did what Baltimore does, okay? It was such a good time. I've been to the Comedy Factory several times before, so I already know what the vibe is like in there, and she definitely did it. She killed it. One thing I have to say about Tasha, she is very good at improv because there was some unexpected interruptions with this couple, and she was whooping on him, and Tasha's like, what's going on? What did you do to make her whoop on you? Like, what did you do? I didn't do nothing. Like, come on, you did something. She ain't just
it was domestic violence in the performance.
Domestic violence, yes, what's going on? And she invited him on stage, and she simmered him down one time, and then they got to fighting again. It was just that was a mess, but it was funny. But Tasha is really, really, really good with improv. I was extremely impressed. Don't know why I would expect anything different because it definitely.
So she was a comedian and a relationship therapist simultaneously.
Okay, she was trying to help me through it. I really think what happened with them is they started pre-gaming a little too early. It was obvious
period.
that they were inebriated. They did more than one shot or or a glass of wine. They started a little too early and they was a little inebriated, but it was so funny. She had comedy, she had some trending topics, she did give you some exclusives. So I won't ruin all that for y'all because I'm not sure if the same exclusives that Baltimore got, if maybe she has other places, but it was totally worth every single penny, and I completely enjoyed it. And it wasn't short either, but it wasn't too long. So it was amazing. It was dope.
Yeah, Tasha carries. Please get over to TashaKOnStage.com so you can catch this experience. Just like I said last show, if you don't catch it, you're going to be sad like everybody that missed the Renaissance tour. Okay. Now, NBA YoungBoy. Our guy NBA YoungBoy has basically been arrested in Utah on weapon and drug charges. Let me tell you what this young man did. And this was I be seeing like these things from people where it's like you're putting energy into the wrong place. Like a lot of drug dealers, like I'm talking about the organization behind moving that weight. Like if you put that into like a legitimate business, like you guys could rule the nation. So he was arrested on weapon and drug charges after, from my research, he's had 63 charges against him. But while on house arrest, he reached out to pharmacies in Utah so that he could get his hands on promethazine with codeine. And the way he went about this is pretending to be an actual pharmacist, calling in a prescription for a 74-year-old woman that doesn't exist. He made this woman up, okay? And then he even went as far as to having a DEA number and all of this stuff that pharmacists are, prescribed so that they can get these prescriptions. And the only way that the pharmacy flagged it was the pharmacist that he was pretending to be, that original phone number does not match the number that the pharmacy had on file for the clinic. Okay. And so that's how the jig was up. This is definitely beyond an addiction. If you have to go as far as to posing as a pharmacist, as a fully blown famous person, to get your hands on promethazine, and just getting arrested after being on house arrest is like, boy, you don't want to be free. And I was just having this conversation, with my man that, like, sometimes getting locked up is the best thing for addicts because they're forced to sober up. Jane, what are your thoughts about NBA YoungBoy and his continuous arrests?
First of all, I don't even understand why he thought it was a bright idea to pretend to be a doctor. Has anybody ever heard him talk? Or a pharmacist or some sort of medical professional in any capacity. Has anybody ever heard him talk? Like, that's just not giving to me. But I think the fact that he was bold enough to do it himself proves that maybe he's gotten away with it in the past. Sucks he don't have enough money to really have a fall guy. Not that he should be doing it anyway, but he just doesn't seem intelligent or articulate enough to post something like that off. And then, like, this is the type of guy that Yaya Mayweather is busy on the internet trying to get back, and he's got a whole nother wife. It's just
the bar is in hell.
The bar is in hell. I don't know how either one of them made it out of middle school. I just don't understand, like, what is going on. Throw the whole couple away.
If Floyd Mayweather was my daddy, the only man I'd be trying to talk to is one of his billionaire investor friends. That's it.
Okay.
Like, I don't get it.
It just doesn't make sense. As stupid as Yaya is to keep running after a man like this, you would think her head has been knocked around in the ring for 11 years. And it's been her dad, not her. So, like, I just don't know. NBA YoungBoy, identity theft and things of this nature. He really better hope that he's not doing some of this stuff with his homies as well, because it's been the trend when they're into things like this, they get slapped with RICOs. And it's really what really set the precedent for that was R. Kelly. Drugs, sex, trafficking. Diddy's next. Young Thug is on trial as well. So he really needs to be careful, but it clearly seems that he doesn't value his freedom. And you can't care more about somebody's freedom than they give a shit about their own. So that's that.
Oh, well said. Sean Davy Way, what are your thoughts about NBA drug boy? Excuse me. That was a wild slip. NBA drug boy?
If the shoe
wow.
fit.
Sean. Yikes. Do you think he's a drug addict? Like, I don't know where that came from, but shoot, while we're here, NBA YoungBoy, do you think we're looking at a serious addiction problem? What are we looking at here, Sean Davy Way?
We're looking at the ghetto.
I'm crying.
Is what we're looking at. We're looking at the ghetto. It's just that plain and simple. Isn't he like poor? It's like, why? I mean, him even still being a topic at this point like blows me. But you know, Elvis did it. Okay. Elvis had a prescription from every doctor, the dentist, the orthodontist, didn't even have no braces. You know, and I'm a girl. So I mean, these people do this type of stuff all the time. It's when you run out of, you know, I would say prestige. Because before, I feel like other people did this for him. They would take care of his light work, and with him just going around doing all of these unnecessary things, he's when it comes to somebody like NBA, everything but his music is discussed, which is weird. Even y'all bringing up like Mayweather and, you know, Yaya and, you know, all of that. It's weird. And with the whole Yaya thing, we can't expect her to do what she doesn't know. Her father has multiple baby mamas. He's been in very toxic situations and environments and whatnot. So that's all she knows. So to somebody like NBA is like right at home to her. She knows what that life entails. Money don't buy happiness, and it also doesn't buy you grace, poise, manners, common sense. Like it doesn't purchase those things, and NBA lacks all of that. And it's unfortunate again because he is a good artist. He has done a lot of good music. He sold a lot of records. He could be touring right now. He could be doing so many different things, but instead it just seems like all he
blesses the hood and
yeah.
people a lot with just random.
No, he don't.
Cash, you know?
No, he don't. No, he don't. No, he don't.
Is
That is all for show. It's all for show. You know, because how can you be out here feeding the poor and all of this stuff, but you got children that you're not looking after? You know, because he has too many of them. You know, he got all of these kids, you know, and all of that. So it's like the audacity. You are, if you doing it, he got that many kids that he could be putting all of them in a group and handing them, you know, life support and lessons and all of that stuff. To me, that's trash. Take care of home before you come out here trying to take care of the streets. And he has not done that. Look at what he's going through right now. Over 60 charges, you know. No, that doesn't give a philanthropist. To me, it gives for show what people expect. If I do this, then it looks like, you know, versus actually being a good person. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but I'm over NBA YoungBoy. Best luck to him. More power to him.
Yeah, Jane. Looking at his track record, you know, what do you predict for NBA YoungBoy, both legally and as an artist?
I don't think it's going to get any better as long as he has endless access to money. You know, sometimes people just can't get right if they have everything at their disposal and at their fingertips that is going to contribute to their demise. So I really don't think, just like you said earlier, sometimes the best thing for an addict is for them to be locked away and separated from society. Look how much weight Young Thug gained when he got put away, because he was on that stuff out here living this rock star lifestyle. Now that he doesn't have access to this stuff anymore, he's finally filling out, and he's not as, you know, he doesn't have that bony frame anymore. So I don't think that it'll get any better. It seems like I kind of look at it like the way I look at Kodak Black, like just always zooted and booted, not in their right mind. Kodak looks like he might be changing a little bit on the right track.
Cleaning up slightly, right?
It's too soon to know if it's really going to last, but it seems like he's trying. But, you know, I can't even name one NBA YoungBoy song. Can any of us?
Yeah, but that might, you're going to expose our age.
It would be on the radio. I like, for real, like, I can't name a song. So it doesn't seem that he's focused on his music or his career enough. To Sean's point, not focused on his kids enough. He's more focused on being a womanizer and you know, an addict and just doing hood stuff. It doesn't matter how much money they make. If they still have that hood mentality and feel like I still got to be in the streets doing this low vibrational poverty-esque stuff, then that's just that mentality. You can take them out the hood, but you can't take the hood out of them. And that's really unfortunate once you get put on and you have access and visibility and so on and so forth. I might not know his music, but I know he's not bad off financially as people out here in the hood. So he just don't want to get right. And that sucks. That's on him.
Yeah, well said, Jane. Well, speaking of poverty-esque stuff, okay, even when you still got money. Our girl Bianca Sensori and Kanye West, like I said, speaking of poverty, homeless stuff, was caught walking barefoot through Disneyland. Bianca, please blink twice if you need help. Okay? Sean David Wade, what are your thoughts about this? And then we're gonna get into some more recent news about Kanye and Bianca. But what do you think about them walking around Disney World barefooted, even though she had on more clothes than we've seen her have on in a long time?
Her walking around barefoot explains like Kanye's like brain. You know, it's just like we really just don't know what's going on with the decisions and stuff that he does. And she's not barefoot; she has on shoes. He just came out with those, right? You know, he has a shoe right now out coming out that looks like a sock, you know, whatnot. It's not like an actual shoe. So at the end of the day, I think that Kanye's hurt. Kanye is forcing her to do a lot of these things. To me, Bianca is a like a blow up doll of Kanye's. He dresses it. He does what he wants with it. He embarrasses it. He humiliates it when he deems fit. Is how I feel about Bianca. One thing I will say about Kim Kardashian, when she was with Kanye, Kanye did take away her voice. He does have a very dominating personality and whatnot, and these very narcissistic things have to go his way. Getting with her and on that Keeping Up with the Kardashian episode, and he took everything out of her closet and then put it with a whole new that I side-eyed that because I'm like, okay, well, why is her fashions and stuff not? I don't think that that's a good look. It's a good look to me if you give a person an opinion. So if he wouldn't put her favorite designer in her closet, then okay, I'm for it. But if you're taking everything out her closet and putting in there what you want her to wear, what you want her to look like, that's extremely controlling right off the bat. Could she do that with his music? Could she go in the studio and tell him exactly what music to make, how to sound? No, he wouldn't approve of those things. And that's how she was with fashion. Kim did express herself through fashion. So to take that away from her is like her taking her voice away from him. And I feel the same way with Bianca. She dresses completely different. She acts completely different from how she did when they first got together. When she was with the partner she was before.
Working for the Yeezy brand as a respected business professional.
Correct. And now it's like she's completely, it's like night and day. So I think he has everything to do with that. When you get with some people that are so big, they kind of take your voice, like dating a president, you know, or something like that. You're anytime your presence is in the room, if you're not next to them, it's, you know, dimmed. But when you're alone, then it's like it's bright. But when you're with them, it's like, you know, coming in the room, Michelle walking in the room, it's like, oh, Michelle Obama. But if she walks in with Barack, all eyes are on Barack. Like we're really not paying much attention to her. And I think it's
I don't know if that's true, but you're also a gay man, Sean David Wade. So maybe
because
Obama has that wagon. I be looking at her.
Well, I mean, if you're looking at her sexually, then you're looking at her sexually. But
I'm not looking at her sexually. I'm
walking in the room.
Walking
in the room. If you walk in the room and I turn around and I look at that you walked in the room, because most people just do it out of reaction. If I keep looking, I'm looking for a reason. If I just turn and, you know, that's what Michelle gets from most people. When she comes to the room, they acknowledge her presence because she has a presence. But when she's walking next to that man, she's basically invisible.
Fair enough. To add to this melee that's going on, I'm gonna also ask your thoughts about, you know, Disneyland, but I want your opinion on this too, Jane. As of yesterday, Kanye is at the center of an assault case. Allegedly, he knocked somebody out, and that was all that was surfacing at first, you know, just trying to paint Kanye out to be the bad guy, you know, but then we got more details, and it was said that this guy literally not just touched his wife, Bianca, but reached up her dress and grabbed her nether regions. Now, as inappropriate as this is, and there's never an excuse to put your hands on somebody, but especially a married woman, we have to acknowledge the fact that 9 times out of 10, Bianca Sensori is scantily clad. showing all the good stuff. The temptation was out there. So it's just like, I'm on the fence about this. Jane, what are your thoughts?
Oh, there's so much to say about this. Okay, so pertaining to that situation, I found the story to be quite questionable, to be quite frank. It was far too elaborate. When I read all of the details on TMZ, it said that he stuck his hand up her skirt, twirled her around in a circle, blew kisses at her, and then Kanye, like, yo, that just sounds crazy to me. It sounds a bit much. Oh, he got to do all of that. He twirled her body around in a circle, reached up under her skirt, then blew some kisses, and then finally Kanye had enough and punched him in the face. I don't know. Like that's a little strange to me. I'm going to need some witness accounts. I'm going to need a little more. It's easy to believe that Kanye West loses his temper because he does. You can be walking up the street and taking a photo of him, whether he's with the kids or not, and he's going to go off on you. You can be sitting in the room when he is debuting new music, and if you aren't bobbing your head with it, I've seen the videos of you weren't bobbing your head because you think I'm trash. You don't like, you think I'm crazy.
You're exiled.
Like, whoa, wait a minute. So that's that. And when it pertains to Bianca and the barefoot and Disneyland, to Sean's point, I think that number one, Kanye bit off way too much, far more than he could chew when he chose Kim Kardashian, because that is a woman with power. You're not going to be able to control a woman that cares that much about her public image. You're not going to be able to make her shrink herself in order to appease you. This is why he went and found a Kim Kardashian lookalike who has no power, who has no notoriety, who is not able to advocate and speak up for herself to say, oh no, Kanye, I don't like this, or I don't like that. How many times a year do you think she truly says no to him or disagrees with him, or I don't like that? He had to go find a woman who doesn't have any of that so that he could control and to close and to land. I think that Kanye really, you've got some people who are eccentric, or they feel like they're in high fashion and the fashion is a little weird. It's like they do New York Fashion Week, but they dress like that every day. Kanye does all of these weird antics and tries to normalize them and make that his lifestyle when it comes to what he wears, what she wears. And he really thinks that like that's the bar and that's cool and okay. And it's not. Like, he truly has signs of having some sort of chemical imbalance. And I'm just not sure how Kim Kardashian.
Gemini, bipolar, same thing in my opinion.
With the things that he does, with the things that the woman wears, with the way that he acts, I'm truly not sure how Kim Kardashian trusts him alone with the children out and about around the world. He seems too unpredictable. He seems like a loose cannon. And that would be very concerning for me. Now, I get there's been some times where, she might have done some things, Pete Davidson have done some things to maybe tick him off a little bit online and taunting wise, both sides. But Kanye is we all know he hasn't been right since his mom transitioned. So strange.
You give me vibes of a very classy, no nonsense woman. So I want to ask your opinion. Do you feel that the way that she dresses, you can't say he dresses her because she does have free will, I think, but the way that she dresses, do you feel that it invites this type of behavior from perverts?
There's no excuse for anybody to touch you. I don't give a shit if you're walking around naked. There's no excuse for anybody to be touching on you. May it tempt some people? Maybe, but that doesn't make it right. Like, so I won't say that I have just a heap of criticism for both of them and how they go about the world and the way that they're doing things. But if a pervert want to be a pervert, they're just going to be a pervert. And whether it's you or the opportunity or somebody else, they have a sickness that they need to deal with and that they also need to be held accountable for if they do cross a line or a boundary. So I'm not with the blaming what you got on, or because you got on a mini skirt, then you were asking for it. Absolutely not. That person needs to have self-control, period.
I agree. Sean Davy Wade, even any closing thoughts on Bianca, whatever we're calling them?
Yeah, I mean, I would like to hear more from her. The only thing about her is I would like to hear more from her. And whenever you see her and Kanye again, it's not that she don't talk. Again, it's the presence of the man. It's the presence of him. He is the reason she does not speak. It's not that she doesn't want to talk. Nobody doesn't want to talk. Like, there's no way. If you were dating a Kanye or somebody of his power, you're going to want to speak. at some point, not to like expose, or anything like that, but just to have your own presence so that people know your personality. Kim Kardashian is a reality star. Bianca is not. So Kim got to speak on different levels. We got to hear her personality, hear her thoughts on her relationship, and stuff like that. When it comes to Bianca, we don't. So like you said, you think she has free will. Well, you would know that if you heard more from her. That she could tell you that, yeah, I do have free will. I do wear these things. I did want to walk barefoot, and whatnot. She just doesn't speak. So it gives control, is what it gives. I love Kanye down musically, but mentally,
I do too. I can't, no matter what he does, I cannot knock the artistry.
Yeah,
period.
musically, love him.
Yeah,
down,
and I mean,
that's about it.
Yeah. What were you about to say, Jay? And then I have one more question for you about Kanye.
Yeah, he's always right next to her. So how would all of that take place? The hand up the skirt, the twirling her around, the blowing kisses. How is that? And also, I remember a report came out like a couple of weeks ago about how her father is really concerned about her and how her father has seen a change in her and seen her kind of shrink herself and not advocating for herself. And so her father is truly concerned about the massive influence that Kanye West has over her. So a lot of this stuff does kind of seem like, does she technically have free will as an adult? Yes. But is she intimidated? Is she staying around for the opportunity, the resources, the lifestyle, the money? I've seen pictures of them in a restaurant and he's just walking to the table and she's busy carrying the tray and the 3 drinks like she's a goddamn personal assistant or something of that nature. So it doesn't seem like a true fair 50-50 balance as far as them both agreeing to whatever it is that they do. Whether
I might carry a few trays for $1 billion now. I'm gonna be honest with you. Well, last episode we were literally just talking about how submissive I am. I'm like, you fix this plate. I mean, yeah, that's the bare minimum that I could do, and like I ain't got no damn billionaire. You know what I'm saying? This is what I want to ask you, Jane. I'm always team protect Black men. My father has dark man been in my life my whole life, still married to my mom. I have a Black man right now, even though I have dated white men and Asian men and loved them very much. But I was reserving my commitment as a wife to a Black man. That's always what I wanted. And I have birthed a Black man. So I'm always team protect Black men. And I know some of the things that they face. Do you think that Kanye is kind of, let's say him and Bianca don't work out? Do you think that him having her walking around half naked, basically looking like a sex slave, is a very tricky line that he is walking, which if they don't work out could possibly used against him in some type of Cassie versus Diddy-esque type tale?
I think that first of all, I think that he has NDAs in such a way that probably wouldn't happen unless she's documenting the force of it all or recording him saying, no, wear this or else. I think that might be a little difficult to prove. I really think it's more of a control thing. I don't really feel like, I don't really get, how can I say it? I don't see that happening personally. It's just my educated guess. It's just a prediction. Nobody's behind the walls, with them. But could it set him up for future rumors and mudslinging? Yes. But is there any tangible proof of Kanye forcing her to leave out the house naked and never making, or nearly naked, and never making any attempt to say, hey, I need help. Hey, I want to wear more clothes. He's not allowing me to wear more clothes. Like, at what point were you going to run out the house and say anything? And like, how does that go if you were to go to court and say, oh, he was forcing me to wear no clothes? I feel like it would need to be more than that in order for that to be substantiated in court. It would really need to be more so connected to actual sexual abuse or something of that nature. But just saying somebody made me wear these types of clothes, I don't really see that holding up in court much at all.
Yeah, I would really hope, but I'm just watching. I'm like, ooh, Kanye, you might be setting yourself up, and I'm gonna be devastated because I swear this man, even when he does wrong, he can do no wrong to me, and sometimes I just see a little Black boy that misses his mommy, and I wanna.
That's his kryptonite. And the thing is, when he put in that song and when he get on, he'll leave your ass for a white girl. He already knew this type of mentality. He rapped about it before he even got there when he was dating Black. Now he's dating white. So all of his woes
they got lighter and lighter, didn't they? She even lighter than Kim, huh?
All of his woes surrounding non-Black women. I don't feel bad for you. because you already knew about this mentality. You rapped about it. We believe that you truly aligned with that belief system, and come to find out you truly fetishizing them. And now, not they've drove you crazy, but you would have got more support, more understanding, more empathy with dating within your own pool. Now you over there, Black women, this is not our problem. Put down the cake and watch the show.
Sit back and eat your popcorn, Black women.
Watch the show.
Well, on the topic of non-Black women with problems that ain't got nothing to do with us, our girl JLo. Now, it has
That's
been
your girl.
said that, first of all, I mean, the hate train for JLo is just growing and growing. I swear to God, I didn't even know this train was in motion. But the conspiracy theorists are at work. Somehow JLo is being blamed for being the cause of Kyle Marissa Ross TikTok getting banned, which basically cut off her main source of income. And unfortunately, that would be a sad story for anybody, but unbeknownst to any of us, she was dealing with cancer, and she was using this income from TikTok to supplement her cancer treatment. Now, we have a video from Down the Rabbit Hole that I want to play for you all, and then we'll give our shout out to Down the Rabbit Hole. I know that the person who runs that is friends with the plainest Jane. So yeah, let's get into that video, and then we're going to see how you guys feel about it.
Marissa Roth was dealing with colon cancer and did that article with Forbes where she was highlighted and talked about the fact that getting copyrights from JLo's team got her account banned. She's missed out on March income. And she made a TikTok about it and talks about how JLo is then responsible for her death if she can't get the treatment. Because she depended on that TikTok money. Let's get into it. So this is Marissa's original video about the article and her reaction and the interview that she gave to Forbes. This is the article that we're talking about. And it specifically says TikTok Jennifer Lopez, the Bronx controversy explained. So in this article, Marissa had already alleged that JLo's team did copy strikes on her commentary about the greatest love story never told. And it reads, copyright strikes can greatly affect a creator's reach and potential earning for TikTokers who make a living from the video sharing platform. The move was viewed as a low blow from Lopez's team. TikTok creator Kyle Marissa said that her account had received copyright strikes on every single video that contained footage from the greatest love story never told. As a result, her account is now permanent banned. JLo's narcissism single-handedly crushed the main portion of my small business, Kyle Marissa said. I didn't even have the opportunity to download or save 4 years worth of my content that had been viewed over 1 billion times and accumulated over 50 million likes. She told me that her earning potential has been severely impacted by the loss of her account, estimating that JLo has cost me, and I quote, this is Marissa who said this, JLo has cost me more than 4 figures of income just from March 2024, which affects her ability to access necessary medical care. Marissa had colon cancer. That's what she needed this income for. She had colon cancer.
And now I can't help but wonder if these copyright strikes, because she was out of income for March 2024, if this actually cost her treatment that could have, saved her life. What do you guys think?
And JLo cost her that income.
I 1001,000,000% believe in karma. And I really do feel like, even though we're just now finding out that this young lady passed away, the deed has been done that JLo came for, this woman that was nowhere near as rich and famous for her even before she passed. And karmatically, it directly affected her ticket sales. I have so much more to say about it, but Sean Baby Way, I want to hear your thoughts about this, JLo. Do you think it's right that JLo is blamed for this girl not being able to afford her cancer treatment? Was this beyond petty, Sean Baby Way? What are your thoughts?
First, I want to say shout out to Down the Rabbit Hole. Love you, sweetheart. Keep doing your thing over there. I think this JLo did not strike her.
Right.
Okay. She did not put the copyrights on her. JLo's team did. Okay. It is not JLo's responsibility to pay for her cancer, or none of that stuff. So that part is kind of awkward to me and weird,
Okay.
and whatnot. That's why would she be responsible for her paying for her cancer treatment? Since I don't understand that. I don't get that part. But
Well, it says that because her team had it removed down, it messed up the income she was using to
what
afford
does that
it.
have to do with JLo? Just do new content. I don't feel like it's not necessary to get that depressed about it. It's unfortunate, that if that's the reason, because from what I gather, she didn't leave a note, or anything to say, damn you, JLo. That's not what that were. It's just people kind of like putting two and two together to say that this could be the reason that it was out of. So it's just too much gray in this situation for me to like judge JLo. And again, if her team did it, what does that have to do with her? If my team, like no different than Tasha K, shout out to her. She has a team of people that go around putting copyrights and whatnot if they're using her content without her permission and stuff like that. If a person's consistently using Tasha's stuff and her team sees and hears about it and does something about it, if they do something to themselves, God forbid, is that Tasha's fault? Like, what would it, Tasha, you're the reason? No, she's not. Just get new content. Like, I really don't see what's the reason to blame JLo. JLo's ticket sales are trash because she is. We're tired of hearing, we're sick of it. And it's the shame of the person that's been stealing for years is trying to put copyrights on people. Now that's
Oh
weird.
my God, the shade.
That's
Funny.
awkward. Not a thief calling out thieves, but here, Flip. But yeah, I just don't feel like it's her fault. I wouldn't say like this is because of JLo. I wouldn't say that.
Jane, what are your thoughts about this controversy?
I have to agree. I think that a lot of people are intentionally oversimplifying this in order to be salacious. So if I want to upload a video to my channel and I'm using Beyonce's music and I use it time and time again and my channel gets taken down and I'm like, oh, this was my main income. I got evicted. My car got repoed. Did Beyonce get my car repoed? Or was I using copyrighted stuff instead of just reviewing or talking about the album or the copyrighted stuff? Like, come on. Like, this is crazy. It's unfortunate that she had colon cancer. And first of all, TikTok's payout is not like
It's
that.
not.
It is
really
one
not.
of the lowest paid social media
Lower than Instagram and YouTube?
platforms.
Correct. It is.
But yeah, honestly, there have been people who've gotten like 80 million views on TikTok and literally got $300. Like, can you imagine? Like,
Yes.
so
No.
it's not
Yes.
even really like giving all of that. And I don't want to say that the woman who transitioned is playing victim or that her advocates are, but let's stop oversimplifying this. You're using people's copyright. When people need to make their money off of their material, it's just like, to Sean's point, when Tasha came out with Surviving Jaguar, right? On the app or on Patreon as it was at the time, she said, listen, if you use this, I'm going to
By the way,
strike
Sean,
you.
I'm on to you when you say
Okay.
who now. Now I
So,
learned the backstory.
When I reviewed Surviving Jaguar, right? Do you think I used her clips? I heard Tasha loud and clear. You're not going to be striking me. I'm going to give a review on your copyrighted stuff, but I'm not going to be playing with fire, playing it, and then be online crying victim talking about, oh, you took my stuff down or this got struck. The rules are the rules. I'm sorry, woman of no color. And I know that y'all are used to getting away with certain things and you think that the rules don't apply to you. But baby, you found out today. And it sucks. Maybe you should have had another plan or your family or friends, but let's just stop connecting point A to point H and skipping everything in between. There were things that happened in between that, and it's unfortunate that you lost your battle with colon cancer. I totally resonate with that because my partner survived colon cancer. His brother just passed away from that. So it's a serious thing, yes, but we got to take accountability and understand that just because it's TikTok, you can't just play with fire and say, oh, I have the right to use anybody's copyrighted stuff. You don't. And is JLo trash? Yes. Is she guilty of a lot of things? Absolutely. She's a fraud. But did she kill the girl? No, she didn't. She protected her stuff under copyright, just like Beyonce would, just like anybody else would, just like I would.
Me too.
Yeah. And thank you for sharing that, Jane. My partner survived prostate cancer as well. So, definitely Feel for you. So we as a panel are agreeing for the first time that JLo does not deserve this unnecessary hate. Is that what we're saying?
Pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, blaming someone for a person's passing is really harsh. Again, just because J-Ho is trash does not mean that, you know, you get to be, because again, people love salaciousness, like Plain Jane said, you know, lies are very, very so much more entertaining than the truth. And the truth is boring, which is you did not have copyright. Like, it didn't protect you from being able to get popped, and you got popped just like millions, billions of other creators have. I've been popped for copyright. I'm sure Jane and other people, you know, have been through those issues as well. But it doesn't give you the right to blame it on someone, whether she, God forbid, took her own life or lost the battle. Because I'm still confused about her losing the battle, because you get copyright, your account gets banned, and then within 30 days, you're just wither away. Like, I'm like, that doesn't even make sense. So again, it's just harsh on all levels. You can dislike JLo without, you know, throwing things on her like that. I won't want anybody throwing someone's passing on me. I wouldn't want that. So, and I'm sure she wouldn't either. I don't like JLo, but still at the same time, I think that's completely unnecessary.
Well, we can tell you don't like her because you never call her JLo. You call her J-Ho. Now,
Ho.
I would ask you something, you know, and also, I'm going to call it out. Little Kim, I'm waiting on you to say something about Diddy. But anyway, I am like, what's going on here? Do you think we
Baby,
don't?
she
What's
busy over
happening here?
there higher than Cooter Brown with that 24-year-old. So
I'm
good
not
luck.
higher than Kuda Brown. I'm crying.
Good luck thinking she about to lift her head up out the powder for this.
Oh, do you guys think that JLo is gonna keep skirting around this whole Diddy debacle?
It's nothing for her to say. She was a paid skank. I mean, this just was what it was. She was arm candy. That's all she was. Her and Diddy never even slept together. Like that's like where we are. With Jennifer Lopez and Diddy, it was all made up. It wasn't a real relationship back then.
Industry?
Absolutely. That's what they used to do. That's how Jay-Z, Beyonce, literally linking people business-wise, because it was easier to cross the artists over. That's how JLo crossed over into hip-hop. Hip-hop accepted her because of Diddy. Diddy crossed her over. He was in a relationship.
He gave her that name, remember?
Correct. Yeah. He was in a whole relationship with Kim Porter the entire time they were linked. So just had a baby, they lived together, all of that, Kim Porter and Diddy. Jennifer Lopez was literally arm candy. If she could say something negative about Diddy, she would. She can't, because it wasn't real. You know, Cassie can say these things because she was literally around Diddy in that form. Yet Jennifer Lopez never was. That relationship was a public short wrap up real quick. As soon as she left Diddy, she got married immediately. It's not like she was dating for years and got married after that. No, she was with her husband, the choreographer, at the time. She was with him the whole time she was with Diddy, just like Diddy was with Kim Porter. That was a red carpet relationship, a club appearance relationship. You know, that is what it was. She can't say anything negative. She would have said it already.
Jane, Sean David Wade just broke it down real good, but do you think that JLo's just going to keep being disassociated from all of this Diddy mess?
I believe so, because I do agree. I feel like it was a major PR move, and I think the both of them benefited from it. He got to get some racially ambiguous, exotical, whatever woman, and her benefit was the way it elevated her career. And I also think that there are a lot of NDAs wrapped up in that. She benefited in a great way, and we know that Diddy likes to try to shush people up. So I don't think that it would be to her benefit to speak up, and I don't think that she wants to be involved in those court documents or to be subpoenaed and required to go to court and get herself caught up in this mess. I totally agree. JLo was going through enough. Her career, her peak is far behind her. She will never be bigger than she ever has been. She's on the decline. And I don't think that it would be a good move for her to open her mouth in any capacity. If she wasn't a victim, she's damn sure not going to speak up and advocate for anybody else so that they can drag her into court for all of his 11 cases. Absolutely not. She's already in enough fire and turmoil as is. And Ben Affleck is tired of her ass anyway.
Yeah. And just to add a quick point onto that, I can prove that because people are like, oh, Sean doesn't know what he's talking about JLo. JLo has only dated one black man, Diddy. I'm gonna just leave it at that. But y'all think they slept together? Y'all think they was in a real relationship? He only dated Diddy. That is it. Out of all the men we done seen her with, name a black one besides Diddy. And I'll leave that point there. She's not attracted to black men. She don't like black men. Like, oh. It was all for the public. That was a PR stunt. That is it.
Huh.
She don't sleep with black men. She don't.
I saw, you know, it's funny. You could have just told me JLo loved black men, and I just would have believed it. But you make a very fair point.
She steals our music, not our men.
I'm screaming, JLo. I swear you stay out of trouble most when you just focus on your movies, which, you know, by the way, Enough is still a classic. It taught me don't take no shit from no man and kick his ass before he kick yours. So, you know, you still been influential to the community. Please just focus on movies. Like, the music is getting you in trouble, sweetheart. Okay, so we're gonna go into another break because we gotta pay these bills so we can keep bringing this tea to y'all twice a week. But after the break, we're gonna talk about two women that love them some black men. One, it didn't work out for so much, and that's Wendy Williams. But the other, it really did work out for her. We're gonna get into some tea about Ashanti and Nelly after the break.
Special guest in a wine cellar, Liz Corkin. I'm a news personality,
Right.
you know, comedian, all that stuff. But you are an actual journalist. You were the gossip column that people read every day.
Right. There was a story that a colleague that I have mutual friends with was covering. She had a source that claimed that he was, as a child, at a party with elites by Bill Clinton. She interviewed the victim. Next thing you know, she ends up.
Anything on Chloe's daddy?
We did do stories on that. Because there's lots of theories on who the dad is. There's one guy we believe to be her father.
I knew it.
So you know who I'm talking about?
I knew it. Yes, she looked just like his ass. You just caused a stir on the internet surrounding Jay-Z.
Yeah. This is when I was at Star Magazine. My boss said, hey, I want to do this Jay-Z affair mistress story. He's allegedly having an affair with this woman named Kathy White. Can you find her? Can you get a hold of her? And I got a hold of her. She was like, okay, yeah, let me think about doing an interview with you. The next thing I know, she's dead. What do you mean she's dead? You know, like what happened?
If you enjoy shows like this and would like to see more with me on stage in your city, well, I'm coming. Tickets on sale right now. Link in the description box as well as the bio. Hurry up now while tickets last, okay?
Sean, what do you mean she's dead? Okay, I mean, really, what a cliffhanger. God, you know, Sean, you probably had the tea for real knowing you, so just, you know what, don't even say nothing. If you guys want to find out what she said next, please get on. No, Sean be having the tea. But please get on over to tashaklive.com. You can see more uncensored content like that and some original content. It is a streaming app on top of it being, you know, a place for all of her interviews. And again, she has interviews and every category. Honey, she's a trap Barbara Walters. Okay. Please get on over to tashaklive.com. Also, April 21st, Oakland, San Francisco, Pleasanton, Bay Area, West Side. Tasha is coming, baby. We keeping this tour rolling. You can get over to TashaKOnStage.com and get your tickets so you can enjoy this tour that is sweeping the nation. As Jane told you, it was like one of the highlights of everybody's year if you get to catch it, if you are so lucky. You know, this thing is going so well. She's already extending dates into 2025, honey. I'm telling you, it's Tasha K and Matt Rife right now. They both booked out for over a year. So please get your tickets. They are selling out fast, okay? We don't want to see you at the door trying to bribe security to get in like they was doing in Baltimore. Get your tickets now before it's too late. Again, that's TashaKOnStage.com. All right, so Speaking of interviewers, um, you know, not on the level of Tasha K. You know, I find it so funny. Every time Tasha does an interview, they ask her about her inspirations, and they always try to say that Wendy Williams is one, and Tasha be giving Mariah Carey. Tasha be like, I don't know her, but Wendy, Wendy Williams, basically her ex Kevin Hunter has been ordered, well, not ordered, but her guardian Sabrina Morrissey is tired of him begging for money and wants him to pay back over 112K in overpaid spousal support. Okay, I have my thoughts about this. It definitely looks like Sharina better get to flipping some of those vegan pancakes that she's talking about, and then the plainest Jane can serve them up to all of her fans. Okay, pancakes, hello. Drop your pancakes below. We know y'all here. We know y'all strong. We know y'all opinionated. If you're here for plainest Jane, drop the pancakes. But plainest James, what are your thoughts about greedy ass Kevin and him being requested to pay back over 112 million? Oh, excuse me, thousand.
Well, honestly, I'm sick of both of them. I'm tired of
Uh-oh.
Kevin and I'm tired of the Guardian. I'm really tired of both of them.
Mhm.
However, a broken clock is right twice a day. Okay.
Uh-oh.
So if he was overpaid 112,000, run them coins back to Miss Williams, please, expeditiously. I'm gonna need you to do it now, because and I also feel like it's just audacious for a big ass grown man who went out here and stepped out on this woman while she was the workhorse or the cash cow,
Mm.
and you went out here and found a mistress, started a family, and you keep coming back to her talking about, oh, I can't sustain myself, I can't pay my bills, and my wife and my family and this, that, and the third. Baby, that's not my problem.
Was
Go
using
get a
Wendy's money to
job.
trick on her.
Like, go get a job. If you were able to do all that you did to help build up Wendy's empire, then find somebody else. What's so wrong with Sharina that you can't help her get any of her 5011 failed
Because
businesses
Wendy
off the
was the
ground?
pot of gold, not Kevin.
What's really going on. And if you look at these interviews from back in the day that they used to do back when Wendy was, when they were first getting together, he was like, oh, I like the lavish lifestyle. Here's the Moet. Here's the this. And Wendy was like, I'm cheap. Wait a minute. Did you buy that with our money or what? He was always the one kind of living above his means. And Wendy don't have no problem telling you, listen, I'm cheap. I might got money, but I'm cheap. And so I just think it's not Wendy's problem. It's not Wendy's responsibility or job to keep carrying this man. Oh, I need a hip replacement or my health. Oh, well, you old sucker. Go get a job. Go get a job. Like, what's wrong with you? This lady's not even in her right mind. And the nerve of you, you're so greedy that you're still asking her for money. And her guardian looked at this and said, actually, you owe us. Now, what you gonna do with this? Uno reverse, bitch. Because the nerve of you. I hope that they make him pay it. This just reminds me in closing of when she repoed his car and put it on Hot Topics. I hope that it's more that they can repo and take away from his ass, because he got some nerve.
Yeah, I'm going to ask you a broad question, and then I want you to give me your opinions on this question, and then you can tell me what you think about Wendy and Kevin, Sean. But Jane, what do you think about just the overall idea of males seeking child support, spousal support? You know how like Mark Daly ran that lick on Kenya Moore? Like, what do you think about men that are wired to even be comfortable taking from women like this? Like, how do you feel about it? It really grinds my gears.
I think it's typical misogyny, and also it's just ingrained oftentimes in male DNA to want to dominate women. Sometimes this is why we see our sports being infringed upon by people who want to sign female at birth. It's so easy, the desire to want to run a woman over and to overexert your power over a woman and make her submit to whatever. We saw Ken Don't. His name is Ken Do, but I call him Ken Don't, who was Mary J. Blige's ex-husband, who took her to the bank for all of that money. So it happens, especially when they call themselves trying to put their hands into your business while you're on your way up. Oh, I'm her manager. Oh, I'm her this. Therefore, if and whenever y'all split, they feel infinitely, and like you owe them something. You have to be really careful if you're in a relationship and it becomes a business contract or a marriage, letting that man really help have something to do on the back end. Because if it ever all comes crumbling down, he will divorce you and then say, well, I need spousal support and I need help with my family and I want to use your paycheck to help take care of me and this other woman. It's crazy, but these are some of the risks you take when not only do you enter into a marriage, but you allow that man to be a large part of whatever your career is. It's a very sticky and a very dangerous game. And it's unfortunate that you can't trust your partner to truly help you build. But we even saw that in what was it? Why Did I Get Married with Janet Jackson? When she wrote the book. She wrote the book and he felt like, well, I want some money because you were talking to me about that book late at night, every night. I'm entitled to some of this book money. And she's like, no. So, it sucks, but that's the risk you take. Sometimes it's just better to keep your love life, and hire somebody totally different to help you out with your career.
I definitely will agree with a lot that you said. Sean David Way, do you think it's fair that they are requesting the $112,000 back? And follow-up question, do you think he still got it to give back, or is that money gone?
I mean, robbing Peter to pay Paul is this type of situation. You can't be asking for money and someone tell you that you owe money. That means you don't have any money. That it literally means that if you're asking for something. I think the conversation needs to get back to Wendy. Wendy is trapped. And with Wendy being trapped, you have all of these people speaking other than her. So you keep hearing about this guardian, you keep hearing about Kevin, and all of that, but we don't hear from her. And that lets us know that she has no control over her own life. And that is very unfair. Now, the guardian is saying that Kevin owes over $100,000 of overpayment. Wendy did not. That's Wendy's money. So if Wendy decided to give Kevin $112,000 or however much, it's her money. She gets to do what she wants with it. If she's going to cut him off, if she's going to take care of him, if she's going to get back with him, whatever. It's Wendy's decision. She's a grown woman. While she was out and about before the guardianship, she was dating other men and all of that. So it doesn't seem as if she was interested, in traveling backward. So this guardian to me is just an arranged controller, that Wendy is, again, trapped in. And we need to do something about that. So I feel like the conversation, I would love to see more blogs and stuff posting more about what's truly going on with Wendy and her state of mind and whatnot. Because I think she's doing a lot better. And that was prior to how she's doing now. So we saw that Wendy, that was from years ago. They started shooting that documentary in like 2018, 2019. They started shooting that doc. So how Wendy is doing now, because a lot of people watch that doc and feel like Wendy had just gotten into treatment, like she just did this documentary and now she's in treatment. No, she's been in treatment. So the phone call that we heard when she sounded a lot better at the end of the documentary, that was months and months later and whatnot. So she's even healthier than that conversation because she is still in that rehabilitation center. So I think that is what needs to be being discussed. Is like these other people's voices, like the Guardian and Kevin, they're getting louder and louder, and Wendy's is getting quieter and quieter. So that's how I feel about the Wendy Williams situation. What is going on with her? Kevin is going to keep requesting money. The Guardian is going to keep shutting it down. So until Wendy comes, because that's who has all of the answers. We have a lot of questions, but no answers. How does Wendy feel about this? Does Wendy want to give Kevin money? Does she want to cut him off? We have no answers, but a lot of questions. So free Wendy, hashtag free Wendy is how I feel about this situation.
I'm actually just getting really emotional just because I just feel like even if that lady was in her right mind, I just don't feel that it's right for a man is supposed to lead, protect, and provide. So no matter what you felt like, you built with that woman, you should still just be able to go get it on your own, leave her alone. And if you made Wendy, go make another Wendy. You know what I'm saying? But the woman is literally deteriorating. She probably needs every dollar to her name to stay alive. And the fact that you're asking for money when she's clearly withering away, I mean, it's just so freaking unfortunate, you know. If the law and the court doesn't take care of him, I really hope karma does. He is beyond. He's beyond wrong. Like beyond the finances that you're taking from her, just the stress that you're adding to her. I do see her alcoholism. I really see what she's going through. But I mean, Kevin and his antics, especially with the state that this woman is in, it's beyond evil. And there's no other way to wrap it up, Kevin. You are beyond wrong. You need to pay back way more than that $112,000. And you also have a kid with this woman. This is your son's mother, and you need to be focused on saving your son's mother's life, because if he loses her, that's going to be a lot of therapy and cleanup that you have to do as a father. You know. Anyway, and more positive news, Wendy, family of Wendy, we're really praying for you. Um, Man, if you are watching this, you guys, I don't care what the circumstances are. Maybe I might be too deep in gender roles, but baby, you have no business going in a woman's pocket under any circumstances. And I don't know how you can feel like a man and sleep at night behaving that way. And I'm always gonna feel that way. It is dead wrong. Um, Ashanti and Nelly. Ashanti and Nelly. First of all, it's so funny that these are like swirling headlines. That, oh, Ashanti's pregnant. This is like, duh, we've been knew that. But not only are, they expecting and they've confirmed it, but we did find out that they're engaged. Jane, I want to know what your thoughts are. And, is this a sign that some of us that are single and struggling should maybe spin the block?
It's a personal decision. He definitely spun the block and came back. We know he allegedly, right, according to reports, cheated on her in the past. If this is something that she wants to do, what can we say? They're celebrities. They are here to entertain us, and we're watching the show from the sidelines. We knew she had been pregnant for a while with the loose fitting jerseys and things of that nature. But a lot of us really just didn't. We weren't really saying a whole bunch about it, because a lot of people have learned from the Halle Bailey situation. Like, listen, when they want to come out and announce it, let them come out and announce it. So listen, more power to her. They both have infinite amount of resources in order to take care of the baby. Hopefully the baby is going to be safe emotionally and provided for in the best way possible. I really don't know what to say. I don't really know much about Nelly outside of that he allegedly cheated on her in the past. And look, if she like it, I love it. Hopefully it doesn't turn into a violent situation, a Keke Palmer situation, because we see so many people talking about any woman in the celebrity world, Black women in particular, becoming baby mamas. Like, that's the whole thing people want to talk about. How come you're not married first? How come this, that, and the third? And I just feel like that's up to each individual person. But, more power to her. I wish him the best.
Yeah. Sean Davy Way, what do you think the future for Nelly and Ashanti look like? Is it bright, or is this gonna be a grand opening, grand closing? What are you predicting here, Sean Davy Way?
I don't have a prediction when it comes to them. They have been together for, on and off for a very long time. They're kind of like, I look at them as like high school sweethearts. So, yeah, shout out to them. I'm happy for Ashanti. I think she's always wanted to be a mom. Her being a little up in age, having a baby and whatnot. I think that's one of the main reasons she kept quiet about it, because
You had to
these
get past the
pregnancies are
risk
not
point, right?
yeah, they're not the easiest pregnancies to do, from what I hear. Not that I've experienced it. But I mean, you hear a lot about that, when women get up in, over 35.
They say geriatric pregnancies start at the age of 35, which I'm not 35 yet, but I'm close. I find that very insulting.
Well, yeah. I mean, so shout out to them. I love Ashanti. Their relationship will go where they want it to. Again, they've been on and off for so long, so I don't think you can put really like an estimate on that and like feel like, oh, they're gonna make it. No, they're not. I'll give it 6 months, or I don't feel like with that. I think that I want them to be happy. I think they're perfect for each other, run around the same ages and whatnot, so they have a lot in common. Again, they kind of like grew up in this industry together. If you think about it. So yeah, so shout out to them. I think it's great. I can't wait to see their baby. They both have great genes. So I bet you their baby is going to be beautiful.
First of all, they look alike. So
yeah. So yeah, I'm excited for them. So shout out to Ashanti. I heard they're engaged as well to be married. So shout out to them. Congratulations to them. I'm all here for love in general, but definitely Black love. I'm here for it. So we need to see more of this. Of course, they did everything backwards. That's kind of weird for people their age.
Literally.
You know, baby, they're married, all that, but whatever, it is what it is. So, shout out to them. I wish them the best. I really do. I like Nelly. I love Ashanti. So shout out to both of them. I'm excited for them.
Sean, can you tell us about a time where you spent the block?
Spending the block to me is a good thing, because sometimes I think we're like really busy in life and we have so much going on, and so we be with good people, but the things that we're going through overpower the relationship. So like whether you have like a sick family member or going through something with one of your kids or something like that, it's not easy to put a lot of attention towards relationships. So sometimes I think spending the block is the good thing, repairing those connections that you were too busy to connect. So yeah, I think it's a good thing. Nothing wrong with that. Left body.
Jay, would you like to see a collab album from Ashanti and Nelly, like On the Run with Jay and Bianca? Sean, stop. Jay, would you like to see a collab album from the two of them? Are we expecting this?
I'm not sure. I think it would be cute if they did a couple songs. I think we're gonna need a little more than just Ashanti and Nelly, to be honest. But
JLo and too? No, I'm just kidding.
I feel like Ashanti has more draw, in my opinion. I personally feel like she has a little bit more draw than Nelly, but I feel like we're gonna need more than just them to really sell out a tour. But do I think they're cute? If it works for them, yeah. Me personally, as far as spinning the block, if it was an actual full-blown relationship, no. Now, if I was single out here dating, doing my thing, and we dealt with each other back in 2018, and I'm trying to just get a little taste of what's going on in 2024, then I'll spin the block in that way. But if we were in a relationship and that ended, I'm not interested in spinning the block in that particular capacity. No.
Yeah, especially after you cheated on me all the way out. Listen, like I don't. It can't be me, but it's rough out here. It's tough out here. I'm definitely not famous, so I can't even speak on how hard it might be to find someone on my level or who's genuinely into me. So I'm sure that Nelly was, her best bet, because anybody else, especially at her big age with them big thighs, honey, so sexy, they probably got some motive. So
well, yeah, you're right. Because like as a celebrity, well, in my tax bracket, no, I'm not spinning the block. But if I was somebody like, I can see why it would be if Beyonce still dealing with Jay-Z after he cheated. You have to deal with somebody who has just as much to lose as you.
Mm-hmm.
Ashanti can't go out here and be dating a guy making $70,000 a year. It would take nothing for him to ruin her reputation, and then he has everything to gain from getting the clout from that. So I do think it makes it a little bit different.
Like Lil Kim's man.
Child. And Keisha was Keisha Cole's, yeah, just a mess.
It's Nelly baby,
so,
right?
Yeah,
you say what?
It's Nelly baby, right?
That's what, as far as we know.
Well, I'm just asking, girl. It's Nelly, right?
Who else is gonna be, Sean? Is there
I don't know. She
tell
was
us
just with that boy that he just interviewed on Hollywood Unlocked. So it's his baby, right? I'm just making sure.
Do you need to come back with an exclusive?
No, I'm just saying he's been shooting her club up for years, and it wasn't no DJ there, wasn't no people in attendance, and nothing like that. Wasn't no turn. So and now my girl, they getting married mighty quick. So I'm just it's Nelly's, right?
Ooh, well, we are gonna keep you winos updated on who's the happy. Okay, we gotta bring in more Povich and Tasha K. Gotta sit them both down. We will let you all know. I did, Lord have mercy, Sean.
I just asked a question. I don't know. I'm just making sure it's their baby, right?
Well, like I said, they look just alike. So,
so
we will baby come out looking DNA. Like Nelly or Ashanti.
If the baby come out the color of Tay Diggs, then we know something's up.
Goodbye.
Here we know
No,
something.
I
then
cannot.
they're gonna blame it on you. Well, you know how black people are. It could be the color of his grandma, you know.
Period. Generational. Little piece.
Oh my God. Well, you guys, this hour and a half freaking flew by. You know, I always enjoy seeing y'all. We had a great time today. Sean Davy Way, can you tell them what you got coming up and where they can find you?
Absolutely. You guys can find me here on YouTube and everywhere under the same name, Shine Everywhere Show, IG, Twitter, everywhere. And I'm a girl. And I'll be back here on The Wine is the New Tea next month. So y'all make sure y'all come check me out. And go check out Tasha K, TashaKOnStage.com. Get over there and get y'all tickets.
Hey, we always love your energy and flip. Okay, playing this Jane, and what's up again to the pancakes in the building? Jane, tell everybody where we can find you and what you got coming up.
Y'all can find me over at The Plainest Jane here on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, talking about celebrity updates, entertainment, Black news, real world news, you know, just all types of stuff, Black history. So we definitely cover a lot over there on the YouTube channel. Shout out to the Stickies and the Pancake Posse in the chat. Make sure y'all drop them pancakes down below. Also, to Sean's point, make sure you get y'all tickets because I really had an amazing time watching Tasha. It was a nice blend, a nice fusion of, it felt like a comedy show mixed with watching her live energy in person from YouTube. It was absolutely amazing. And I would love to see her again if she ever comes back over to this. Well, obviously she'll be back over on the coast, but yeah, definitely make sure you check out Tasha K on stage.com and also TashaKLive.com. It's lit.
Thank you, Jane. We always enjoy your beauty and your presence. Stickies again. Hello. Sean Davy Way, what do you call your fans? The Poppingtons?
The Uncheckables.
The Uncheckables.
Absolutely.
Check him, boo.
We waiting.
Okay, well, as for me, I am the Ashley Burgess, the actress. I do my own stunts. If you are in the LA area on April 30th, bam! Funny Taco Tuesday, executive produced by me and my partner Kenny Wack. Kenny Wack presents Funny Taco Tuesday at El Mariachi. You can go to kennywackpresents.eventbrite.com and get those tickets. Okay, we also are featuring Mike Estime from the Upshaws. Again, that's April 30th, Funny Taco Tuesday. You can see me live. Show starts at 8 p.m. Doors open at 7. Also, again, April 21st. If you are in the San Francisco, Pleasanton, Oakland area, Tommy T's Comedy Club, Tasha K is coming out here on the West Coast to keep this tour going. You can head over to TashaKOnStage.com and get those tickets. And also, you can check out more tour dates because I'm telling you, she booked all the way into 2025 in a city near you. Again, TashaKOnStage.com. You guys, we had a blast. We love you. We're going to be back next Tuesday, same time, same place. Bye.